What's up, everybody? Welcome to Big Things Kentucky, episode 49. What's going on with you, Coach?
What's going on, Coach? I'm Coach Bew, main man, Coach Truck, Coach TB behind the camera, J Tall producer. What's going on, man?
Man, not much, man. I think the biggest thing right now that just dropped today, Kyler Murray said he's going to go on to the draft, man. You think that's good?
I think that's good. I didn't think so at first because, baseball's guaranteed money, not as many injuries. And you get top 15 pick, you're guaranteed about, about $20 to $25 million. So, hey, go chase your dream, young man.
Well, we'll see, man. The combine's coming up, so that'll be interesting. Also, man, Kareem Hunt, I'm happy for this brother, man. He got another shot. The Browns signed him. Hopefully, he can keep himself together, man. Don't have no more incidents. He was a very promising young dude, man.
But they said the thing about him is he still may be suspended for a year. Yeah. He still may get a year suspension because of his off the field antics. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad he got a thing. Not saying we condone anything he did, but I'm glad he's getting another chance. So let's hope he keeps on the straight and narrow and don't make the Browns look bad.
Yeah. Man, and speaking of that, man, had you check out the new league this weekend, man?
The AFL, what is it called? The American
Alliance of American Football.
I'm going to tell you what, I'm impressed by the coaches. You got Mike Marsh, your boy, used to coach the Rams, coaching the San Diego team. Mike Riley used to coach Oregon State and Nebraska, coaching San Antonio. Then you got the my boy Steve Spurrier. Coaching Dennis Erickson. So you got a lot of Mike Singletary.
Basically, what the goal for this league is to be the minor leagues for the NFL. And actually, since the NFL, the NFL is dealing with them because they had a game on their network. Now that we're getting ready to open up camp season, which is off season where everybody starts going to camps and combines, we got caught up with Rivals Dave from Louisville. He's Dave Lackford. He writes for Rivals. We talked with him. Here's what he had to say about Rivals and the Combine.
All right, my name is David Lackford. I work for various sites on the Rivals.com network. In this capacity, I guess you could say I'm doing this for the Kentucky Prep side of things, the Kentucky Prep's website. And what I do is try to identify the top prospects in the state for football and, bring some exposure, bring some light to them, to the football programs, and hopefully a few people will sign up, subscribe to my site. It's KentuckyPreps.com on the Rivals Network, just one word, Kentucky Preps, and you can find me there. Well, I started out with Florida Varsity. I write for the Purdue site, I write for the Kentucky site, Louisville, Kentucky, Purdue, that's regional, and anytime a kid becomes national, you can find my work on those sites like Wandale Robinson with Nebraska, things of that nature. Bigger, stronger, fast. To get your attention at first, the smaller you are, the faster you gotta be. But it's like this. Just because you're big doesn't mean that you can play at the next level. You may not move the right way, or you may not be fast enough, or what you do doesn't translate to the next level. You gotta have film. Like I said, you might be a 6'3", 200-pound quarterback, but if you haven't played and you haven't won the starting gig, then all you have are measurables. You gotta have film. So if your kid don't have the film, then it's just not good enough. And if your kid plays running back or wide receiver, the first 45 seconds shouldn't be a 10-yard catch or a 9-yard run. It should be long catches, long touchdowns. All your touchdowns, long touchdowns in the front, big splash plays. As college coaches, they're going to look at it first, like 20 seconds of your film, and if you ain't dominating like that, they're going to skip over it because they have to look at they're looking at hundreds of kids a day. So many kids down in Florida, Georgia, Texas, California is because the weather's warm and they're doing football stuff all year round, and they've been doing it since they were 3 or 4. So, the more reps you have, the better you are at the sport. Kentucky, these kids are not really doing it like that. I mean, some are. You got P2P, 7-on-7, Go Hard Elite 7-on-7, they're traveling around. But, a lot of other kids are doing other things. They're playing baseball and basketball, and they're playing football, which is fine. I mean, some kids in Florida are doing that too, but it's just football is different down south than it is here. It's different down in Texas than it is here. I mean, there's more people going to high school football games in Texas than, a Louisville game this season. So it's just a different culture, and I don't think you see that culture down here. If you think you're going to do any kind of camps, right? Like you're going to go pay to do a camp somewhere, like let's say you're going to pay to go to some camp, right? I wouldn't pay to go to a camp until I was at a college football camp and saw what kind of attention I got from the college coaches first. Because there's no point in getting your name out there if you're not a take for most colleges. So don't waste your time and money going to camps if you haven't gotten any kind of feedback from college coaches. Save your money. And if you are going to go to a camp, go to one of the free ones. Go to the rivals camps. They're free. You have to pay your transportation, but you don't have to pay any fee to get in. The Opening is another free camp that you could join. The best paid camp that I can think of is Best in the Midwest in Indianapolis. My guy Greg Brookie runs that. It's a good camp. All the people that write about exposure and stuff like that, they're there. So if a kid has an offer or two, or a small offer, you want to get them out there and maybe get their name on the map. I'm not going to talk about grades, because if a kid ain't got the grades, then what are we talking about? So that goes without saying. It should be common sense, and I shouldn't have to tell you that. But mostly, get your film, go to college camps, then start talking to us. Start talking to rivals 24/7. Start hitting us with DMs. But if you don't have the film and you haven't been in any college camps, put those first.
And that was good stuff. Also, with camp season, a lot of people go top trainers. We talked to one of the most prominent trainers in Louisville, Chris Vaughn. He actually played at Louisville, man. So here's Chris Vaughn. Here's what he had to say about it.
I grew up in New Haven, Connecticut. Aspiring athlete. Played multiple sports throughout, middle school, high school, and through my developmental years. Went on to sign scholarship with the University of Notre Dame. Transferred over to the University of Louisville. Was lucky enough and fortunate enough to have an opportunity to play with the New Orleans Saints, where I learned a lot of things and stuff like that, and had an injury-plagued career, which ultimately led me to a passion of mine, which was helping people achieve their goals and health and fitness, and learning injury prevention stuff. So now, it's my 7th year of running a business called Aspiration Fitness Institution. When I first got to Louisville, when I started looking at some of the, the shapes and things that were going on in the city and stuff like that, I realized there were a bunch of kids that were kind of slipping through the cracks. And so I felt like if I could help try to do my part to help kind of bridge that gap between some kids that just didn't know what to do, that had a passion for sports and stuff like that, and be able to use that as a tool and an instrument to help them stay focused. One, stay off the streets, and two, as a byproduct of their hard work and through just, focus and discipline, have a possible opportunity to get a college scholarship and help better their families and help their families get out of some of the, dysfunctional situations that they're in. First thing I would say is definitely grades, right? And so grades are super, super important, and you can't have one without the other. I don't care how good of an athlete you are. The NCAA, a clearinghouse, has a criteria set up where you have to have a certain GPA and a certain ACT score. So without that, you can be the best player in the country, you're not playing anywhere. And so many of these athletes fall victim into thinking that they can just get by on their athletic ability when, they had that whole package, and that eliminates a lot of kids. The other thing I would definitely stress is social media. Social media is a huge thing with these coaches now, and it's the way that they're weeding out a lot of kids by what they post, what they like, what they retweet, and all that kind of stuff, and just trying to figure out who they are. So I would definitely say monitor their social media, and just, make sure that they're representing themselves in the way that they should be. I think one of the things parents could do is kind of group their kids and place their kids with their own professionals that can help kind of guide them and point them in the right direction. There's a lot of people that are, misleading younger athletes when at a young age thinking they've arrived, and there's a lot of work to be done from the elementary school all the way up to the middle school level, then to the high school level, and the college level, and every level there's another jump. And so I think it's important that you surround your child with good support system, a group of people that are experts that can really evaluate where they are talent-wise and what they need to work on so that they can, ultimately reach their goals. Camps are very important, but just as you said, there are camps that are better suited for all athletes, and so every kid should be at the University of Alabama camp because everybody's not a University of Alabama athlete. And so, the camps are set up for those kids that belong there to be evaluated by those coaches and stuff like that, and use that camp setting as, a good opportunity to learn from. There's nothing wrong with going to those camps and things of that nature, but just being realistic with your expectations. If you have a younger athlete, you just want him to have the experience, I think that's great, but if your experience is for that kid to go and get an offer and all that kind of stuff, I think you need to make sure, again, that you consult an expert and that you place that kid in the appropriate camps for his ability level. So the first thing I say is, things you can't control, your height, right? And so obviously God-given size is, God-given. And so from there, you can enhance yourself in different levels. I've had 5'8" kids that have been too small to play Division I sports, but they run 4'3", and so now everybody forgets about how tall they are. And so I think it's all about, there's a level for everybody. Not everybody's a Division I player, and so if you don't fall at that level just because you're not a Division I player doesn't mean that you can't play at the Division II level or have played at the Division III level and still be able to enjoy playing football beyond high school and stuff like that. I think, again, it's just important to be realistic about expectations. But I think the important thing is to control what you can control. You can control your work ethic, you can control your grades, and all of those things either open up more other opportunities for people or they close doors for people. So I would strongly suggest, no matter how fast, how tall, how big, how whatever you are, that you control the things that you can control and you try to maximize your abilities both on and off the field. Aspirations Fitness Institution is located on 222 Eiler Avenue. We exist to help individuals reach their goals one day at a time and to help today's athletes become future leaders in tomorrow's society. Our website is www.aspirationsfitnessinstitution.com. My name is Chris Vaughn. I'm the CEO and owner of the business. We have a great group of trainers that are motivated and we're driven by helping your young athlete reach their particular goals. We've been lucky to work with 117 Division I athletes in the last 7 years, and we're glad to add to that number, and hopefully your child's next.
Man, now the best thing about them, Dave talked about Best of the Midwest, and that was this past weekend. Best of the Midwest, like he said, is one of the best combines you can pay to go to for our area. And it opens up the camp season, man. So Lexington, we had a contingent of kids go up there and show out.
All right, come here, a kid from Madison Southern named Dane Jackson. His brother's Drake Jackson.
Yeah,
started set up in
Drake.
the UK. Friend Andres, good kid. He had a good showing for the linemen. You also had Jagger Burt from Frederick Douglass, who got listed as one of the MVPs for the linemen.
Big dogs.
Who's already got offers from UK and a couple other schools as well. And I heard they visited Purdue while he was up that way. Then you got, of course, the speedster, DeKale Crowders from Frederick Douglass had a good showing at the camp. Drew Long, a defensive line for LC, had a good showing. Then you had, of course, one of the big recruits probably in the state next year, my guy Devin Neal Jr., who has offers from Cincinnati and other schools as well. He ran a 4.41 for it.
Yeah, blazing, man.
Yes, sir.
And also another one they mentioned, Ty Bryan, man, Coach Cisco's son, man. He had a real good showing as a defensive player at the camp, man. So that's not good stuff, man.
Definitely say the class of the 2022 class, and so the young man actually was all over the place in the secondary doing passing drills, 7-on-7 drills. So definitely keep an eye out for him in the next coming future.
So just keep an eye out for these camps, man. We're going to stay blocked on this camp season and see how things go and see how these stuff shakes out.
Also, man, I'm going to shout out to my boy, Quay Lewis. Said he had a good showing at the camp, too. So definitely all the kids, if you got pictures or anything from Tage Creek, Sky County, anything, shoot us your pictures, man, on Twitter. Tag us, hashtag big thing.
We also got a chance to cover a historical event that took place in the state not too long ago. They had the first ever Girls State Wrestling Championship. We went to check that out. Here's that.
My name's Scotty Teeter. I'm the head coach at Tates Creek High School. And we've got the Girls State Tournament. It's first ever in the history of Kentucky. So I came up with the idea as an all-girls state to try to grow wrestling in Kentucky for the girls. Hopefully this will lead into more girls next year. There's a lot of middle school and youth girls coming up. 3 young ladies, Lauren Hurt, Maddie Bragg Henderson, and Vicky Diemia.
I had wrestled a bit before, but this is my first year really competing. So I've had 5 matches. 2 were against seniors, which I lost. 3 were against girls.
Okay.
I got my first pin today here at the state championship, so that was pretty fun.
I'm Lauren Hurt, and the reason that I wrestle is because when I was little, I would wrestle with my dad, and then whenever I got older, he stopped. And when I found out that my middle school had a wrestling team, I decided to do it because I like to beat up people. It's fun.
I'm Victoria Emia, and the reason why I joined wrestling is because I love violent sports, and it's not really common for girls to do violent sports because we're feminine and everything, but like wrestling is a way to make you stronger and more disciplined, and that's why I love it, and that's why I do it.
I think it's just a really cool opportunity. It's really nice to be able to wrestle people that have your kind of experience and who are more your size.
I feel really good about competing in it, and the fact that I wrestle guys a lot, I feel like I'm getting stronger and better with wrestling.
I would encourage other girls to wrestle because we're always looking for new people. It's really fun. You learn a lot of stuff here. It's great. It's great.
So it's just like right now these girls, they don't realize how big this moment is. They're like pioneering girls wrestling here in the state of Kentucky.
Man, that's good for the girls. They trying to grow numbers and they want to one day become sanctioned.
The Louisville Central girls came in and showed out.
Hey, they showed out, man. The Louisville Central girls did their thing. This past weekend, we had the regional wrestling tournament for the boys. That set everybody up for state, which will be this weekend at All Tech. Man, this is some good stuff. Check out our coverage of the regional event.
Did well this past weekend. The guys met all their goals, which was this weekend to take a third in the region. We knew we have a tough region, and somebody was going to take the top, but we had our goals in mind to take a third. We got about 6 guys that are going, and I'm feeling blessed about
regionals. Lafayette, all day, every day.
All right, Coach, man, that was good coverage of the wrestling meets, man. Hey, shout out to all Leslie and kids going up there to represent. Do your thing, man. All right, Coach, I also want to give a shout out to all the young ladies that participated in the cheerleading competitions over the weekend in Florida. Yeah. LCA became the champions. I think Dunbar finished second. Lafayette also had a good showing, man. So I'll shout out to all the young ladies in the cheerleading competition this past week. Coach, man, before we close, I want to say one thing, man. While we here, TV pulling in closer for me. I'm going to let y'all know, man, I'm going to be a 76er fan, Coach, for the rest of the season. I'm going to ride it out. Me and Jay Tall switching our membership to the 76ers. We had a good pickup with Tobias Harris at the deadline for trade. So let's go 76ers, Bell. Boy, Joey Embiid.
You ride with my Sixers, dog. Welcome aboard, baby. Yes, sir. We winning, we riding, baby.
So,
Kings of the East.
Q Walker, y'all want to get rid of us? Old Laker fan, I'm gone till y'all gone. How about that? Take you too. You can have the Lakers, that dog it. Daggone shame. Man love the team all his life as a youngin'. Y'all just ruined it.
Close us out, Coach. 76ers, man.
Let's go 76ers. All right, man, as always, we should be a living donor. I'm Coach Bew, my main man, Coach T behind the camera. Coach Truck.
Hey.
Yes, sir.